What's up, guys? Welcome into the Nerding Out podcast. We go over one anime review, basically, and a bunch of other nerdy stuff. Gaming, anime, news, a lot of good stuff. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Doing pretty good, Jack Foster. How are you doing today? Alright, so before we move on to Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple, we're going to give some intros here. So, I am SquallRush, the gamer, podcaster, and anime enthusiast. I might have to drop the anime enthusiast title because, like, all the animes out there, I just feel like, bro, what is that anime? That looks good. I can't really call myself an anime enthusiast if I'm not like a super knowledgeable anime watcher. So, anime enjoyer, I should say. But anyways, I got a link tree. I got a Buy Me a Coffee account. Check those out. I'm kind of lagging on the music here. I'm sorry, peeps. For announcements, I got some Pokemon TCG Pocket videos coming out. So be on the lookout for that. I do have a good deck that I think you guys would flourish with if you're into Pokemon TCG Pocket. So be on the lookout for that. And other than that, I don't really have too much stuff. Cookie says, to be honest, he's only watched 3 animes. Huh, which animes are that? But besides that, no other announcements. Take it away, Brock.
Rockstrap 55. I'm usually just on YouTube and on Rumble mostly. I do a lot of Pokemon content. Come back in about a month, and Squall and I might be starting our X and Y run is what the coin flip said at the end of our last stream. So come check that out on his channel on Thursdays, and hopefully I just get to keep pumping out more content. I've been kind of lagging lately. Super busy with T-ball and all that with the kiddos and full-time job with all. But, you know, hopefully here soon, I think T-ball, well, not that I want T-ball to be over, but it just matter-of-factly will be, and then I might get some free time to put into creation again, so. Yeah. Go ahead, Ninja.
I am 7Ninja70. If I'm a Game Jolt, Miri, and Rumble, I am a ninja connoisseur, an anime connoisseur. I know a lot anyway. And I don't think I have any announcements, except for Arbor Squall got featured recently. I don't know why I didn't mention that. Anyway, yeah, that's about it. So yeah, thanks for that. Did we have an intro question?
Oh, no intro question.
I think I might have one.
We did.
Go for it.
What style?
What
Style of martial arts between the masters would you want to learn, and which master would you want to learn it from? If we're going on the Kenichi subject, anyway.
Yeah, I don't know what the grandpa does, but I feel like he's got some crazy techniques he can teach something. So
Get around episode 40 or so, you might figure that out.
Yeah, I got up to episode 8. I forget which number. It was like 12 to 18. One of those would be in there. I feel
That's
like
about where I'm at rewatching. I'd
like
to
me,
learn from Kensei.
The karate
I think
guy.
Kensei would be fun. Yeah, no, the kung fu guy.
Oh.
The guy with the bowler hat and the mustache.
Oh, the curve.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. He's pretty chill though.
Yeah. I think for me, if I had to choose one of them, one of the big things I always hear when it comes to just like martial arts is that like practicality is way more important than flashy moves. And while I will say the masters are good, what I realized is that Al Papai's Muay Thai is probably going to save me far more than any of the rest of them, even though they look cool and they're certainly masters at their craft. When it comes down to it, Muay Thai is a lot more practical. Probably would have to, even though I don't want to die.
Chai.
Alright, to answer your question, Jack Foster, no, I don't play just Pokemon TCG. I play like Brawlhalla, Black Myth Wukong, a little bit of Fortnite, some Marvel Rivals, and Sparking Zero. Alright, so I guess we're gonna start with
Pokemon.
Oh yeah, Pokemon. I forgot about. I've been playing a lot of
Pokemon mainline. Yeah, we've gone from red all the way through black and white on our Soul Link challenges. So
yep. So check out Brock's channel if you want to see our Soul Links. He's on YouTube and Rumble. So he's got like the edited video format on our stuff. I stream it and he like pumps out the edited content in episode format.
I didn't really do the edited red and blue and gold and silver, but I do have playlists that have his live streams all the way from the beginning of one game to the ending of that game. So check out my playlist as well with his lives on it.
Okay. Well, I think first and foremost we can start with a little bit of gaming news segment. So let's get right into that real quick.
Things.
What was that, 7Ninja?
Summer Game Fest happened recently. I figured we'd talk about some of that.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. And Brock, you had some games coming out soon that you were talking about.
Oh, not really necessarily. I mean, I can go through. I'm just on QA Gamer's website right now looking at upcoming releases.
Let me pull up his website real
Did
quick.
go on his site. We did say we were gonna do it.
Alright, so QA Gamer is a cool streamer on Rumble side. He has like his own website. Right here. Where'd you said it was news and info? Upcoming releases.
Yep, and then upcoming release. Yep.
So it looks like I thought Mario Kart World was already out.
So a lot of these, if you look at that one, that's June. So that one says June 5th. So yeah, some of these are already released, but I think today's the 22nd. So if we go on from the 22nd forward, it looks like Night Shift would be the next one to come out on the 24th.
Night Shift. What is that?
So basically, everything that's come out, it looks like he's updated with some kind of hyperlink.
That's
but
awesome.
all just the plain white text is
Oh, I think I see
goodness.
Markiplier play the beta of this. This is a scary game.
okay. Is that a walking chair?
Oh, hell no, bro. This is like similar to a Five Nights at Freddy's type game, I think, where you gotta
Yeah, it looks like
survive
that to me.
like X amount of days. I kind of want to play this. I'm not
It
gonna
looks
lie.
that way to me.
Other
Is that
ones
something-
coming out here soon. Death Stranding 2. I know that's kind of a larger title. That came out. The first one came out a while ago, and it has the actor. I think what's his name? Norman.
From Walking Dead.
Yeah. Norman something or other. I can't. Reeds. I'm probably getting the name wrong. But yeah, he was on The Walking Dead. He was on I think Boondock Saints. He's pretty talented. I'd say he does a lot of different stuff. Looks like another one for nostalgic people. I never had a Tamagotchi, but I know it was super duper popular way back when I was a little bit younger, before internet, or like right around early internet, right? So it looks like there's a Tamagotchi Plaza. I don't know what that's all about, but it looks interesting. A lot more titles that are nostalgic coming out in July. It looks like July is going to be one of the bigger. It looks like remake months coming out.
Really into it. I just heard about it a lot.
I don't know. This doesn't look
Which
like
one?
my.
It looks like it's just a fun little like Nintendo Switch kind of. I would say
Getting
gag
Animal
game.
Crossing?
Yeah, this doesn't look like my type of game, to be honest.
No, it's just like a fun little gag looking deal.
It was a game.
Yeah,
Feels
so
like Animal Crossing a
Tamagotchis.
little bit, but mini games.
Yeah. Tamagotchis were kind of this little gag gifts or whatever back in the day too. So I mean, for it to be kind of like one of those just testing the mechanics type of game doesn't surprise me too much. It looks like something that came out with like the Wii motion controls right away, right? Back when the Wii came
Yeah.
out, there's a few like just kind of gag stuff, or even with an Xbox Connect. When the Xbox Connect came out, there was just a few games that really were just kind of the testers of the game mechanics. What up, Charm City?
Getting some WarioWare. Getting some WarioWare from this dude.
Yep.
Never heard of that.
Yep.
Doesn't look like my type of game, but for any of you guys out there, the viewers that are into this type of stuff, it's coming out June
So
27th.
it still reminds me. What was that one where you like just basically your whole point of the level was just to roll all of the things up into a ball? Does that sound familiar to
I
anybody?
know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then
King
you
got
add
like a
anything
weird
and
big
everything. Yeah. That's I'm getting that kind of art style vibe from the Tamagotchi stuff.
It was on the Wii. No, it was on the Wii.
I think it started even on the GameCube
Arm City
initially.
Weird Pedestrians. It was. I remember seeing it on the GameCube. Dang, what is that called?
Couldn't tell you. It's been a long time. Let's see if Google will tell me.
Rock find out.
Game of rolling stuff into a ball. Katamari. Katamari was the name of the game.
So, in Azuma 11 Victory Road, this one looks like an anime soccer game.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, the anime.
I always enjoy a good soccer
anime
game.
looks pretty nice. The anime looks pretty nice.
Oh, you seen the anime?
It's got a kind of. I've seen some clips of it. Some of it looks pretty nice. Like the one he comes from looks pretty good. I haven't watched it fully though. I'm planning on looking at it later though. I think they start doing stuff like super moves and stuff like from Dragon Ball. I think Blue Lock's a little more realistic in a sense that, like, you know, see like actual moves and stuff. Of course, you still got the have everyone that wants to be the scorer. You know, it doesn't really make too much sense. This one feels more like let's actually put like anime hijinks into a soccer game, and that's what I feel like we got here.
It looks like there's some RPG elements in this game.
I'm down for that also, almost more than like a realistic soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah, this actually looks kind of cool. Honestly, I kind of want to try this out.
Reminds me a bit of Super Mario Strikers.
Yeah, I was just about to say that
Super Mario Strikers?
I had Strikers for my Switch, and it was giving me pretty strong Striker vibes.
Yeah, this looks like something I'd try, to be honest. There's some actual
I'm a fan of the
gameplay.
FIFA games. I'm a fan of the FIFA games too, so.
I liked FIFA Street. I never actually played FIFA. Did it go through her legs or something?
I also played a very, very, very long time ago on the Super Nintendo. There was just like a regular crappy Nintendo soccer game back then too, and that was a little fun. They had like a hockey and a soccer and all sorts of different weird sports ones, but soccer games have definitely gotten better since then.
Remember some like old like Sega Genesis football game? It'd be like you try to tackle someone, the guy would just do a front flip if you missed. I'm
Dragon Ball.
I'm still it's Spidey.
Dude, the most
Dragon Ball game. It's a 4v4 one.
Yep. The
I
most
send you guys that. I forget what it's called.
broken mechanic game that I've ever played on a sports game. It had to be NFL on my Game Boy Color. And when I would like dive, I would dive again, and I would just like flish flop all the way down the field, and nobody could catch me. It was such a broken mechanic, but man, I loved playing it. It was fun.
All right, so Charm City.
It's called
has...
Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra.
Yep.
Yeah, I have that on my wish list for PS5 when it comes out.
Copy link.
I'm going to link it in the chat.
What's his name? He Charm City sent it over.
It looked like it was a kind of like a
mobile part.
push. Yeah, that's what it looked like to me.
What is this? Is this a mobile game?
They're fighting inside of an arena.
Well, this, I mean, we're seeing all the special attacks, but it's not quite what the gameplay looks like.
Is this a mobile game?
I think it could be. Dionysus, I think, was playing something like it not too long ago, or maybe just showing it off.
Charm City says it is a mobile game.
I can see it. I can believe it.
Okay.
It's gonna be a PC.
Oh shit!
PC.
So if it's like actual PvP 4-on-4, we gotta squad up, guys.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Funny part is that this game looks very similar to how DB Legends trailers looked like, which is what everyone wanted. Legends, isn't that the one that one guy was arguing with you about?
Yeah. That's alright. Funny enough, I've actually been playing it a little bit since he argued with me, just to kind of like test it out again. It's not bad. It's not bad.
It's a cool game. It's alright.
Yeah. I
Let's
wouldn't
see.
say I'm so hard in the paint for Dokkan or hard in the paint for Legends that I would argue that it's the best to with such fervor that he did. But you know, everybody's got their thing, I guess.
Let's see. I want to see some actual gameplay from this.
You guys
though.
hear? Did you guys hear Donkey Kong got a super form now? He's got like a what does it call it? It's Bonanza mode, and he's got like a super form. I think it's on that it's on his Charm City's trailer.
Yeah.
I think he's got it on there.
Yeah, we'll check it after this, but I wanna see some actual gameplay from the new Dragon Ball game.
So
See
like-
what kind of
Like Giga Bowser.
TK.
Oh, it's
Okay,
got
so
a fun
here's
little
some
gotcha kinda
here's some
deal.
actual gameplay here.
Dragon Ball Sagas.
The best game ever. The best Dragon Ball game, I should say.
It's a MOBA. 100% it's a MOBA.
Looks like
Mobile
it.
game.
Was that
Yeah. Yeah, Charm City said it's a mobile game.
MOBA, like a
There's
MOBA like League of
Rom?
Legends.
No, Tambourine. Is that Tambourine?
Uh,
It's cool to kind of bring Piccolo's kids back in, or Demon King Piccolo.
it will be in consoles as well. Oh shit. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a PS5 and PS4.
Oh damn. Like Stumble guys. Yeah, we gotta squad up with this one, guys. This looks like freaking League of Legends, but a Dragon Ball version.
I call it Piccolo since apparently I'm the podcast ad.
Alright. Who are you gonna be? I called you Gohan. Seven Ninja.
I don't know if I don't even think I saw Gohan. I'm gonna go for Krillin though. Player is
Krillin.
gonna be on point. Yeah. You know what? Treasure Trunks is there too, but like if it's probably looking, it's probably like role dependent.
Wait, is this game
I
already
feel
out?
like Piccolo's gonna be a tank.
Could be.
Piccolo's gonna be a tank. He kind of has to be. He's got healing abilities too to some degree. Ende's got to be in there.
Team 4-star Krillin. Wow.
Sometime in June. No, sometime in 2025. The hell? How is this guy playing it? These guys are saying like, "I'm so glad you're trying out new games." It's like the game's already out or something.
He might have played a beta, or an alpha, a closed alpha.
All right. Anywho, you wanted to look up Donkey Kong? His new super
I sent a
form?
link already.
Oh, you did?
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, dude, that's gonna be crazy. It's been forever since I played that one.
That's his
Got a
new.
new SU.
That's his
yeah.
new form.
Yeah, he's got multiple forms in that. They were comparing him to Luffy, third gear Luffy. Now he's able to punch punches so hard the shockwaves can pass through mountains.
Him pass through mountains.
Crazy.
I'm down for it.
He's just in that super form, he's able to punch so hard a shockwave will pass through a mountain and destroy it. Or a path through it.
He looks angry.
Donkey Kong has already have like incredible feats now as it is. Like this game, he can straight up punch through solid rock no problem anyway. He's been kind of been doing that for years though. It's more impactful in this game, I guess.
Right.
So, Donkey Kong can also turn into a zebra now.
And run on water. He's that fast.
Buff zebra.
Fly in
gaining-
ostrich form, if I'm not mistaken.
He becomes a buff zebra, gaining better traversal abilities. For example, his transformation allows Donkey Kong to run faster, sprint over water, and even dash through breakable floors. and platforms where you otherwise would have fallen in your base form. Oh, they're even using terms like base form. Ostrich Bonanza. Out of all the Donkey Kong transformations in Donkey Kong Bonanza, Ostrich Bonanza is the most ridiculous. Here you become an ostrich gorilla hybrid, giving you the ability to fly. Throughout the levels, you will come across many updrafts that let you move up and fly in this form. However, you can only fly over a limited distance, making this ability seem more like Batman gliding from tall skyscrapers in the Batman Arkham series of games. Moreover, you can now drop egg bombs from the sky as you fly, which deal lots of damage. These egg bombs replenish over time, letting you carry a maximum of 2 at any given time. Interesting.
We don't talk about Kaioken around here.
Oh, he transforms into Kong? I believe that. That would be a cool transformation for Donkey Kong.
I thought he was closer to... I thought he was closer to Super Saiyan 4 than like Kaioken on this, because this one feels more like a Super Saiyan type of deal.
He's a monkey man.
Yeah.
Interesting. So I take it you guys are, if you guys get the Switch 2, you guys would be pretty interested in Donkey Kong Bonanza.
The last Donkey Kong game
I got, Switch 2, this is guaranteed.
I had the Wii U Tropical Freeze, and I wasn't really impressed with it. It was difficult, and I got kind of, I mean, honestly, I got frustrated with it, and it just, I don't know. I can always go back and try it again, but man, I just didn't have a good time.
I haven't bought a Donkey Kong game since like Super Nintendo, to be honest. Oh god,
I played the Wii one, and it was pretty good. I played the Wii version, and that was pretty good. And you know, I saw Tropic Freeze, and I was like, I don't really care about it that much. So that's all I can tell you.
So
this one, like 100%, like it looks really good. If I had a Switch 2, I might have. I don't think I'm gonna get it.
Let's see. This one and Mario Kart World are a must-have for the system so far. Fast Fusion hit really hard too.
I have to be right back.
Is Fast Fusion on your coming out list, Charm City? Fast Fusion, is that a... That's not Need for Speed.
Killing Floor 3.
But games that have come out recently, 2 days ago, Bitcraft Online, what is that? Survival crafting MMO RPG. Interesting. This game looks pretty cool.
Minecraft.
Which one's this, Bitcraft?
Yeah, Bitcraft came out a couple days ago. Kind of looks interesting. It's a survival crafting MMO RPG. I kind of want to see some gameplay on it.
Was that a Kickstarter that we were looking at earlier?
Yeah, it looked like it. So they might not even have a whole lot done yet. Like RuneScape here or what?
It does look like RuneScape. Got mixed reviews. RuneScape with the Pokemon by work,
but like I think that the player base is gonna be like some of it's gonna be the devs controlling the trolling, but the player base is what's gonna make this succeed or fail. Honestly, because that seems to be like if you, I don't know if you guys have played Conan, but like you don't have a server where players can't destroy your stuff or just take from you. Like you're going to lose a lot of stuff. It's just so normal there. So depends on how they set that up. That will die pretty fast if you don't have the ability to play in a more passive realm. You got something like 76 where like, okay, let's say I place a place down. Is my place going to exist there forever, or does it only reappear when I'm back on the game? So, you know, builds a house there, but then your house comes back. Now stuff's being destroyed there.
Looks like an interesting game. If I had the choice to spend my money on this, or it's $30, this or what was that? Got a notification.
Dragon Ball Cosmetic.
No, I was thinking like this or that anime soccer game. I'd probably spend money on the anime soccer game. Let's see. Oh,
One that's kind of got my eye. Killing Floor 3. I played the second one, and it was a pretty fun zombie game. And the music, dude, the music just pounding. You have like ambient synth metal. You have some actual metal songs from actual bands, like I think Demon Hunter. They had some music on there. Just a really fun game. It's pretty simplistic and kind of repetitive after a while, but it was still just really fun, at least for the first, I got a good probably 60 hours out of it. And I can imagine
Overplayed
the third
that
one.
game.
What's
that's a
that?
new game?
I've overplayed it.
Killing
Floor 2. I've overplayed that game.
Oh, you
I've
overplayed
it, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
no, it's
I
pretty
can't
fun.
go back. I can't.
I get
I can't
that.
go back, bro.
I get that. What class did you like to pick?
At some point, like I've always started out like every time my save got wiped, I would always play like gunslinger or sharpshooter. But at some point, like I started delving into just trying to make characters out of like what would a character use and try to follow that path, or maybe play like a SWAT character or something like that. So like I ended up playing everything, but I would end up just trying out different like play styles. And yeah, like I said, I overplayed the game, so I was like, nah, I'm gonna stop.
It's pretty easy to do.
I started hating this. It's a turn your brain off game, though. Especially even if
Oh, for sure.
you won't find anyone past like hard. Like you won't find anybody there because it's just a slog after that. But like anything before that, especially with infinite waves, it's pretty fun.
Okay.
Speaking of 3, though, I think they have, like, before you could just play any character, but it looks to me like with 3, they have characters for the classes. And, like, they've always kind of had it where, like, you can only have certain weapons that would actually boost your, that class. But I'm also getting the feeling like you can't buy a weapon from another class and put it on the one you're using. I'm not 100% on that, though.
What do we have here? Through the Nightmares?
Enter the Nightmares. Yeah, Through the Nightmares came out June 19th, 3 days ago. I thought it might be a scary game, but it honestly just looks like a fantasy game.
Looks like is that a cowboy we saw with the hat?
Maybe.
Limbo?
I enjoy a good side scroller.
I'm getting Limbo from this.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm getting okay, maybe not Hollow Knight, but there's not much fighting. It looks like. Whoa.
That's not Limbo right there.
Yeah. Looks like he's just running.
Yeah.
What's that? Rain World? Rain World? You guys seen that before? Weird white cat looking thing?
Mm-mm. It reminds you of that?
Yeah, it reminds me of that. Because, like, there's only really 1 or 2 characters in there that you're able to fight back, but a lot of that stuff you're running, and you're trying to dodge and stuff.
Looks like a cool game. What do you guys think of this game?
Getting some Crossy Road vibes from that dodging the traffic.
It looks beautiful. I like the colors. I like the vibrancy.
Yep.
I feel like I'd like this more as a show than a game, though. I don't know if I would really be that interested at. You ever like look at a book of concept art or just some concept art and you're like, this looks cool? I feel like I won't be able to enjoy it like I would be if I was watching it as an animation of some kind.
Yeah, it might be like a fun time waster for like a day or so in my eyes. Not something I'd probably be super excited to look forward to, but not a bad fun option.
I look at it and replayability just doesn't smack me in the face. So
Right, I agree with that.
Speaking of Crossroads, there's a Sonic All Stars Racing type of game. Let me see if I can find it.
I think Charm City
have it. He might
sent me that.
got Crossroads.
Sega accidentally made sales data public for 11 major games. Oh no, never mind. It just happens to have Sonic on the cover of the article he sent me.
See if I can find Play Gamer, because that one, like, if it does what I think it's going to do, then they're bringing back the style of the game, which was Sonic All Stars Racing Transformed, which was the very best racing game from that series. That I've been wondering, like everyone's been wondering, like, they had it down packed, they had gold, and they just decided to like take away from it. So I'm hoping that Crossroads. Let me see if I can find it. I'll just link it in the chat. But I'm hoping that Crossroads is going to be that. And QA, if you can hear me, if you know where it is, link it to us from your site. Otherwise, I will have to look outside of it.
He is commenting on what you're saying. He said they just teased the SpongeBob character for that Sonic racing game.
I know that Minecraft's in there too. So we'll say this. I know a lot of people don't like live service games, but there are certain games that work with live service. Racing games, Helldivers is one of them, but racing games work really, really well with live service. We're talking about like new tracks, new characters, possibly new mechanics on those new tracks. You could basically keep going up and up and up with a game like a racing game. So I hope that they go that route on the basis of I want a game like this to continue thriving. With Super Mario Kart World already out, we don't have to worry about that getting in the way of this game at the same time.
Alright, he sent me a link.
Appreciate it, Charm City. I was going to I was hoping you got it from his own site, but if it's there, it is what it is.
Alright.
A Joker in there? Completely forgot about that.
Sonic Racing Crossworlds.
Yeah, there's a SpongeBob thing there.
SpongeBob and
Wow.
Patrick. The little Krabby Patty machine.
I do. There's one thing though that I think I should say. I came from playing Crash Team Racing Nitro Field, and one of the things that they were hoping would happen was that the player base would actively pay for particularly the more DLC for the game. But but the problem is that they allowed the player base to be able to earn pretty fast rate everything that was in the game, and it caused them to run out of money for that game. There was going to have to be some form of I don't want to say FOMO, but there's going to have to say some kind of like restrictions to being able to gain if that is to be a live service. Otherwise, happen to Crash Team Racing Nitro Field is going to happen to this game.
So how that doesn't make sense to me though, because that's typically how you used to do games in general back in the day anyways, right? So they got their money out of it back when. Is it just something akin to like not wanting to charge more for games that's kind of holding them back on that? Because I would happily play a finished game that has unlockable content through actually playing the game again, Because that's kind of what made games like that great back, like on the 64 and stuff. But I don't know.
You have the base
if-
game. The base game. The base game has both Crash Team Racing and Crash Team Racing Nitrous. That thing called it's like C and K. But like there's two different games from PS1 and I think it was on the Game Boy Advance. They put those two games together. So now we have all of those in the base game. And afterwards, they had a bunch of tracks and characters, customization for characters, and even carts and stuff that they had afterwards. Now there was some things that were already in the game that you can unlock normally, but then there was stuff for the store. The store was going to be how they were going to be able to make their money, but you could also earn the money from just racing, either private games or main games. You'd have to finish the race, but you could earn it pretty fast. And the problem with that is that the whole player base was actively farming the game instead of buying anything from the store through using some kind of microtransaction, which ended up causing them to run out of money. Because 100% they were actively always like there was a period of time where they were pretty fast about dropping content. Then over time it got slower and slower and slower. But having a store in there means that you're going to actively if it's making a lot of money, you're going to actively persist on making more content. So died at some point.
Combat Cart, wasn't that on Armageddon? Charm City?
I don't know Combat Cart.
It was the Mortal Kombat mini game where they were in kart racing. I'm pretty sure it was in Armageddon.
Yeah, he said yeah.
What you're talking about?
What's Armageddon? Is that like a site to grab like to play games on or something?
No, it was the game name was Mortal Kombat Armageddon. You go through as a new character, kind of like in a 3D style game, or and you would fight. You would fight like certain combat would be 3D, and other combat, other fights would be like the normal side to side one. It was a pretty fun one. I liked it a lot. But yeah, they had mini games. I think Combat Racing was one, and there was some other one on there too. But
okay,
it was pretty neat. If we're just referencing what he was talking about in chat, anyways.
What's up, Crippy Chuckles? We're just going over some new games coming out and some that have just released. Let's see. Let's check out Chronicle of the Wolf.
Bro.
What's up, bro?
Introduce yourself.
Unintended.
Introduce yourself.
Oh shit.
Bro.
I had a round set too. I just slept right fucking through it.
That's alright, bud. Gotta get your rest.
No, yeah, definitely. I also need to get a goddamn air conditioner, dude. I'm probably gonna die from this heat.
Yeah, that's what Brock was complaining about earlier. Yeah.
You're more likely to die from the cold than the heat. You just gotta kind of be smart about it.
Are you sure? Because I've been having the same headache for like 4 days now, and it's 96 degrees in this room.
I mean, you know, they have that saying correlation isn't causation. You might just have a headache and it's hot versus...
Bro, we both know that I don't know what either of those words mean.
Means both two things can be
Cool,
true
so I
at the
got you.
same time. It's hot and you have a headache.
Stand beside your refrigerator.
Yes.
I only have
Like
a
a night-
mini fridge.
Ice
Open that
bucket
door,
challenge.
stick your head in it.
Make sure you throw the pail too.
What we talking about? Kenichi the Mightiest, dude.
Yeah. Well, no. Right now we're going over.
Dude.
We're going over some new games on QA Gamer's website. So
Okay.
some that are being released and some that have just got released. Right now we're looking at Chronicles of the Wolf. Looks like
Castlevania?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It looks like old school Castlevania game.
Those UA knows a little something about that kind of map.
Castlevania, like fucking Alucard.
Yeah, it looks like
like Simon and the other from Super Smash Brothers.
I don't know. I just might be
No,
bougie or something. It looks a little too old school
that's
for
the
me.
same kind of right. That's the same kind of level map that was on the DuckTales that QA was playing the other day.
Diamond on Super Smash Brother.
What was the other guy's name? Richter, and Richter and Simon.
I think someone's streaming this.
Actually,
Yeah. It says live and like the way
103
like,
hours. Dang, yeah. Huh.
Well,
I mean, what better way to, I guess, showcase your game than just live streaming it?
yeah.
yeah. Oh,
That's all right.
Firebreak. Played it. I don't know if you played it, Squall. FBC Firebreak. It was on QA's site. Pretty good game. I liked it. It's like a. It's from the same world as Control.
That's alright, QA.
It's from the same world as Control.
Too.
If you've ever played that, the Control game with the redhead, it's from that same world. Go ahead and run through the trailer, and we'll talk about it later.
This one looks fun.
Like,
did he just shoot 5 people with the same one Colt? It's crazy.
This reminds me of what's that one called? BioWare? No, not BioWare. Like kind of a horror. I think it is Biohazard. Kind of a what's up, Carmen? Welcome in. Well, it's kind of a scary game.
The Resident Evil?
I didn't know I could do that. I got to do that now.
I think that was Resident Evil 7.
No, not Resident Evil. Bio something.
Wait, we already talked about Kenichi the Mightiest, dude?
No. Bioshock. It reminds me of
Bioshock?
Yeah, a little bit.
Huh.
Yeah, Bioshock.
The scary game.
About,
maybe.
Yeah.
I can kind of see what you're saying.
About Bioshock Infinite?
I'm not thinking that
Bioshock
first thing that came to my mind, though.
No, we didn't talk about Kenichi yet.
So I can kind of talk about Firebreak a little bit if you want.
Go
No,
for it.
Ninja, we talked about Fire Force.
No, we're looking at the game
so
trailer
lost.
for Firebreak right now. So he's gonna talk about it. Go ahead.
I'ma just shut up.
You're good, man.
Drink some water.
Yes.
So Firebreak is like a 3-man team co-op. Your whole job is to fix things within the each mission area, and so it's like maybe 3 stages each time. Played it even on its hardest level. The biggest issue you're going to have is the further into the difficulty you get, the more it's better for each person to be playing a different crisis kit. Crisis kit in itself is your repair tool. So you saw this guy had a pushing kind of gun that would push him up in the air. Well, that thing shocks things. It's a way to power things up with electricity. Then you've got the guy with the stick. This guy repairs things by whacking it with the stick. And then you've got the last one that shoots water. So sometimes you're going to need to put fires out. Sometimes you're going to need to put your teammates out. Sometimes you're going to need to hit with a stick, repair it. And sometimes you're going to need to electrify things. Like, the higher in difficulty you go, the more that's going to be a really big thing. And I'd say it's pretty fun. I think it's something you can pick up and play at any time. You don't really need to have all the upgrades, but it's like very important over time. You'll see it. But it's a good pick up and play game.
I would love to repair
a little bit of
by beating them with a stick.
Might be a little bit of Left 4 Dead.
Okay, I can see that.
Everyone.
Hunter, are you on your Xbox or laptop?
Yeah, I'm on my Xbox.
Yeah, damn. I was gonna show you like a new Dragon Ball game coming out. Uh,
A new Dragon Ball game.
yeah, I think it's like
Yep.
on the phone as well as like consoles and stuff like that. It looks kind of like a League of Legends version of Dragon Ball. Like it's like 4-on-4. So like we could squad up and shit and like verse other people in that game.
Oh shit. What's it called? I'm gonna tell Artemisia.
Yeah, Killer Sands. It's a pretty fun one. It's one of my favorites.
It's called Dragon Ball. Starts with the Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra.
Dragon Ball Genshin Impact.
Yes.
I don't know what
Yeah,
Genshin Impact is, but I have seen those words like fucking everywhere for like 6 months now.
It's a pretty fun one. It's just one of those you can just.
A fun
Pick
what?
up and
What the
play.
fuck is it?
It's just an open world adventure type deal.
Yeah, that one's
Oh.
cool too. That one's
pretty
free
pretty
to play.
simplistic combat.
Yeah, that one's cool too.
That's
That
what
one's
they
free to
need.
play.
An
and you
open
can-
world
it's like
Dragon
a-
Ball game.
And it's like you can play with like other people, like like squad up for free and stuff. I think it's a gotcha
That's
game
essentially
too,
what-
right?
Yeah, it's a gotcha game. Kakarot was essentially the open world Dragon Ball game, right?
Yeah, but I fucking have to play as Goku.
You can play as other people.
Yeah, who want to
wanna
do that?
play-
You know,
I want to play as Karaku from my fan fiction. I want to create a character to play as.
Sagas was kind of open world. It was pretty linear, but you know.
What? Sagas was the furthest thing from open world. You could go in fucking like a very narrow path.
Very narrow, huh?
All right, last game, and then we'll move on to Summerfest. Broken Arrow.
Military?
It's a
That was kinda
tanks
neat.
game.
Broken.
I don't know. I saw airplanes.
I mean, there might be airplanes in here too. I
It
do see
looks like
airplanes off to the
commanding.
side there.
maybe it's like Battlefield, but it looks like
It's just
maybe
kinda
you're
like
commanding.
simulation. Yeah. What was that very, very,
It's like
very
another view.
old kind of it was an arcade game where you were like a base and you were sieging other bases. Was it called Catapult?
Shit.
It was. I think it was a Midway.
For some reason I'm thinking of
classic
Risk.
Dude, I ain't gonna lie
Anyway.
to you. When it comes
arcade.
to old arcade games, especially Midway games, the only one I even played was Gauntlet.
Yeah, Gauntlet was pretty good.
Yeah, there are airplanes in here, or helicopters.
Castle Siege
Looks
game.
like you're. It looks like you're able to play them, but it also looks like we keep
Art.
seeing from the command view.
Yeah.
You say?
Rampart. Rampart was the name of the game I was thinking of.
What, this game reminds you of that game?
Well, it's like in the sieging, like taking over territories kind of a way.
Yeah, honestly,
If that's
this
what's
doesn't
going
look-
on here.
I have.
This doesn't look like
Deduced
my
it.
type of game.
What's happening here? What's happening here is you're setting up your team to go out, and so you're choosing their weapons, their armor. You're choosing the type of things they're going to send out. It's what that actually is the game. And so you're controlling as the commander. If you've ever played Battlefield 4, they had a whole role where you could choose to command your team to do certain objectives, and that would give them ability points to improve their character or
Okay, I
their
can't.
vehicle. So that's what I think is happening here.
I can't see
Gotcha.
the stream, but is it or is it like Halo Wars?
Not necessarily.
Yeah,
It looks like it's a little bit more detailed. Halo Wars is. I wouldn't call it simple, but like compared to this, it looks a little bit more simple than this. This looks like you're placing everything in the exact right spot beforehand. Is it like you just set it up and then you don't mess with anything in the meantime afterwards? Like all there is the setup and then the game plays itself kind of thing?
I don't know.
Because I
This
know
guy's
in
playing it
Halo
right
Wars
now.
you can.
Look at me.
In Halo Wars you get to kind of interact as the match goes on.
I think it's just you're commanding them. I'm talking about the game. I'm not talking about what he's talking about. But it looks to me like you're
Right.
commanding them after you set them up.
Oh, so it is interactable then. All right, so yeah, maybe it's
It
more
sounds
similar
exactly
to
like Halo Wars.
yeah.
Hmm.
It looks like it's like realistic military stuff versus kind of the futuristic fictional.
All right. Well, if you guys are interested in that type of stuff, check out that game. Me personally, not my type of game. Not gonna lie. All right, Summerfest 2025. All right, Ninja, give us a little rundown of Summerfest.
Summerfest is a kind of like E3. You find out about new games that are announced at Summerfest. I was thinking we just run through, scroll through some of the games that are announced and just like pick out what we're going to talk about. I think you wanted to go off of the gaming topic. We can keep going. I don't care.
Where is
Do you-
it? I think this is this.
Posted a link.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
List of all games. It's above the Donkey Kong thing.
Oh, okay, I got it.
It's yeah, Guru Gamer.
All right, 10 most notable announcements. The biggest splash based on how much people talked about it, how excited fans got, and the overall weight in the gaming scene. Resident Evil 9, Resident Evil Requiem. Wait, isn't this game hasn't this game already came out? Capcom dropped
I'll say
the
at this
next
point, I
big
can't really tell.
Resident Evil game set in Raccoon City with the new feel and high stakes action. Out February 27, 2026. Okay, so it's not out yet. Okay. Resident Evil. Have you guys ever played Resident Evil?
Yeah,
only
Resident
ever
Evil
played
is
here
for
and
people
there.
that have way too much fucking patience.
Played 5 with my buddy because you were co-op when you were Chris and I can't remember Chris's
That
partner
was
in
the
that game.
African Zombies.
Yeah,
Is that the African Zombies game?
Yep.
I remember,
That
I
was
remember
cool.
that controversy.
It was a fun game, and I don't know why there was controversy. I don't know why there's controversy around games. Like it's totally fictional. I'm sure whatever controversy they had around it wasn't really what the game was about. I did get 6, which was awesome. I actually like 6 a lot because it brought the play styles of the different characters. So if you picked Chris Redfield in that game, you kind of got the 5 vibe to where it was a little bit more fast-paced and actiony. You got the horror aspect when you picked Leon and his partner in that game. You actually got to pick Ada, and that was kind of the same pace as Leon, because they had like a little thing back in either I think 1 or 2 or 3. I can't remember I didn't really touch up on anything before 4 came out. But then they also had Wesker's kid in this one too, and him and this other girl with powers. You could pick those. So you had 4 different stories all within 6 with the different play styles. I thought was kind of neat. But
Yeah,
those are the only ones that I've played.
Yeah, I only played Resident Evil 4 on PS3 when they came out with that co-op demo. You can play online with a friend. Just the first level though. A cool concept. Just I was a broke high school kid with no money, so I couldn't. I never played the full game. Just the demo.
I played Umbrella. What was it Umbrella Corps? It was all right. It was all right. I feel like
Don't you
just
play
needs
as
a little more
cops on
time,
Resident Evil?
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
There is a cop. there is a cop, but he's Leon.
And then Chris was
Like
military
kinda
guy.
like hidden military. Yeah.
Oh, we already went over Death Stranding. Oh, Scott Pilgrim EX?
No kidding?
Interesting.
That's awesome. Did you guys watch the movie with Michael Cera?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love
the
it.
movie.
I love the
Actually
movie.
did.
Read the book. I think this is after this is like I think they continued after like he beats the last guy inside of Scott Pilgrim, because like there's still like a lot more story after that. So that this might be what that is, or they could just be continuing the story themselves to some degree. Because I don't remember some of these levels.
The movie came out when I was like in high school, and I thought it looked stupid, but
It
I
was
might
kind
watch
of.
it.
It was cheesy. I wouldn't say it was stupid, but it definitely got cheesy sometimes, but in the best way.
Like I like cheesy. Back then I
It was
didn't.
de-
I used to make
it was
fun of it.
definitely
Just a
cheesy.
hater. That's all.
Well, I was definitely a hater of a lot of things when I was in high school, but I don't know if its biggest problem is that it was cheesy. Then I probably should have watched it when I was in high school. Because when I was in high school, I used to think Roadhouse was the coolest fucking movie ever. And there's more cheese in that fucking movie than a goddamn Craft Factory.
Never seen it.
The old one with Patrick Swayze. Oh my god, bro! They should have just named it Cheese House. This is the cheesiest fucking movie I've ever seen in my life.
Sonic Racing, Crossworlds, we kind of talked a little bit about.
Yep. Arc Raiders. Embark Studios
I am ready to play
PvE
that.
extraction shooter got a release date of October 30th with an open beta starting June 9th. Oh, so it's already, we can play the beta on this. I don't know what this is about though.
Finals like
It
gameplay.
looks really, really good. I trust them. I don't think it's like the finals. It does have a fast combat that I've seen. I think it's third person, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it is third person.
Finals was a
I think
cool
it'll
game.
succeed. It's
I like
unique
the
enough.
finals. Just the finals got too many sweats way too damn fast all of a sudden. So that's what made the finals not very fun. But if we got some like normal casual players like to play against, it'd be more fun.
Lies of P.
Last time I played it was I think like everyone that was just there for the kills went the TDM, and now you just got all sweats and cash out.
Sarah Sloth mentioned Dying Light, The Beast is coming out in 2 months. Let's see if it's on this list. Lies of P, Overture. I've seen some people stream this game. I'm guessing it's the DLC that's going to be dropping. That's the buzz of Summerfest. Mortal Shell.
Mortal Shell looks
2.
pretty neat. I always love a good scythe.
I
Shell
never
opened-
finished the first game. I don't think it was bad, but I don't know. I just never really enjoyed it enough.
Show opened with this Dark Souls-like sequel for 2026 and its gritty look and behemoth soundtrack to hooked players. This looks kind of good. I've never seen this before.
Behemoth. Didn't they have something to do with Castle Crashers?
What was that?
Behemoth Studio?
Yeah,
Castle Crashers?
Behemoth Studio. Yeah, I know what you're talking
Dude,
about.
Castle Crashers was so
Castle
fucking popular when it came out.
Oh, for sure.
Mm,
For good reason.
I
It was a
played
fun
that game with my cousins. Yeah, we was laughing our fucking asses off. I don't remember if it was in high school. We was fucking dying laughing at the game.
I like the Battle Block Theater too. Is pretty good.
Alright, Dune Awakening. The launch trailer for this Arrakis-based MMO out June 10th. With early access already live, got Dune fans pumped. What is this? I've never seen this game before. You guys know anything about Dune?
Yeah, I know about Dune. Dune is the only
rained right now.
fucking movie that managed to make Zendaya not look hot.
He's hot?
Is this game
Yeah,
based
I was
off
gonna
that
say
show?
Zendaya's hot. What? This is news to me.
Is this game based off
Each
that
his own.
show
That's what I say.
or movie?
Based off the book.
Yeah,
Based off the
they
book.
tried to
Um,
make it seem like, oh, this is gonna be the next Star Wars, and it's just an incredibly boring fucking movie. It's a complete waste of your time.
Well, knowing Hunter, he hates everything and anything, so I might give it a shot.
Yeah.
Oh no, go ahead. Go give it a shot and prove me wrong. See if you're not wasting. You probably won't even finish the fucking movie. I'm telling you. I'd rather watch a turtle cross my yard than watch that fucking movie again.
Alright, so it came out in 2021.
Yeah. Well, from what I understand, Dune itself is like it inspired Warhammer 40k when it comes to the grittiness, the darkness. So that's a thing. Dune. This game reminds me a little bit of Conan Exiles, but just like with like Dune's like weaponry and technology. Looks pretty cool, but it like I feel like on a more populated servers, you're gonna see a lot more things happening. Every time I watch it from the Rumble streams, it's kind of boring. But I don't know. I think they're still at their early stages right now.
I'm looking up like reviews on Doom. AI overview. Yes, the 2021 film Dune Part 1 is generally considered a good movie, though opinions may vary as with any film. And I checked out like some Reddit posts. Some guy said, "What do you guys think of Dune?" The original poster gave it a 6 out of 10, but like a lot of people in the comments were like, "I thought it was amazing. Can't wait for part 2." Someone was like, "It's amazing. I just wish it was more noob friendly to the people who aren't sci-fi savvy." Overall, I think people think it's like either okay and up.
It's the Dune fans that make it seem that way. Dune fans are like retardedly crazy about it. They want to act like it's better than Star Wars and shit. I promise you, go watch the movie. You're gonna see what I'm talking about.
Alright, I'm gonna do a full review on how I think Dune is great, coming out on YouTube and Rumble.
There's actually a game I played back in the PS2 days called Rogue Galaxy, and he was leaving his the initial town to go with these space pirates to go to a different planet, and he was stranded in the desert with giant desert worms. I think they probably did a pretty good job with that Dune aspect. I don't know how long Dune's been around, but that was a pretty old game.
Well, there was that old sci-fi horror movie. I think it's called Tremors. That was
Yep.
yeah, that was fucking long before Dune. I think probably before Dune was even a book.
Was that the
What about the
sandworms?
SpongeBob sandworm?
Yeah, there was these giant fucking worms that like lived in the sand, and if you fucking went in that area, it was getting eaten, partner.
I remember that movie. That movie is old school. It's like 90s, right?
Yeah, it was fucking very old because the first time I've seen it, we was on vacation. I was in a hotel room. It was in Biloxi, Mississippi. And the last time we went on a fucking vacation to Biloxi, Mississippi, my parents were still married and they got divorced when I was 6 years old. So probably 2001 or before.
Probably before. Alaskan bullworm. Ouch. Alright, next game on the list. Mina the Hollower. A Yacht Club Games Castlevania inspired game. Out October 31st this year with the demo out now. Hit hard with retro fans. Oh damn, I thought it was art, but that is pixelated.
Honestly, I don't play enough Castlevania games to really be interested in this.
Yeah, I think I'm on the same boat as you, to be honest. It might be a pass from me. Looks creepy though. Very creepy.
Yeah.
There's a new mobile One Piece game that came out recently. Oh no, I'm sorry, the beta of it came out recently.
If I want to play an old pixelated side-scrolling mouse game, I'll go back and play Speedy Gonzales on my Super Nintendo.
Crippy Chuckles, welcome in, broski. All right, Code Vein 2.
Code Vein Dark Souls like.
Isn't Code Vein like the Dark Souls anime style game?
Yes. Yes.
That's what it's saying right underneath there.
Oh yeah, it is. Sequel to the anime style Dark Souls like vampire game set for 2026, tapped into Souls like crowds' excitement. Oh man, I can't get into Souls like games. The only one I can get into is Black Myth Wukong because it's like Dark Souls but on easy mode.
Yeah, I tried
definitely
Elden
wanted
Ring,
to try.
and Elden Ring was all right, but then I found out you can't swim in that game. You just sink directly to the fucking bottom. It was stupid.
So they're Luffy.
They
Actually, these guys swim worse than Luffy.
I wanted to try the first Code Vein back when it came out. If it's a sequel, I'm guessing there's some kind of story.
God Eater.
I've never. No, I did start watching that kind of. I did. I need to finish that one actually. I only got like 4 episodes into God Eater, I think.
That one's cool. I like that anime. We'll save
I
that.
feel like this is going to be separate from the Code Vein 1, though. Like, it might be throwing some references in, but like, I don't know if they would. You'd have to restart a character and stuff like that. I feel like we'd have like just a separate character, separate story. It might still have that same chick with the tattered clothes, though.
Are you talking like just different story entirely, like separate from the first game?
Yeah.
Same universe,
Yeah.
different. Okay.
It might even be as close as like the events from the first game affected this one.
Gotcha.
Alright, last couple of games, and then we'll move on to Kenichi. Let's see. Sarah Sloth pointed out Dying Light. The Beast.
I keep wanting to play a Dying Light game because like I got them on like PlayStation Extra, and I'm like, I want to play this. And every time I get there, there's just something else grabbing my attention. So I don't know I will ever play this game.
I played the first one and I had a lot of fun with it.
Looks like a zombie game.
I would say like function, like it was. I would say it was like a bit more quicker pace than Dead Island. If I were to pick between the two, which one would be better? But I mean, this is obviously just subjective to my own opinion. But Dead Island has a special place in my heart, but I think this game was definitely a lot smoother and I mean, it came out later, obviously, so it had time to kind of get better with just the specs of the consoles. But Dying Light was definitely a pretty fun one. I would pick to play that over Dead Island at least.
Okay.
I played every single Dead Island now, and honestly, I do like 2 over like 1 in Riptide. Riptide was better than 1 when it came to like the gun characters or the guns in general. The melee weapons were pretty much everything in the first game. And then the Riptide was better, but it just didn't really have me like the first one. But Dead Island 2, the most polished zombie game I played in a long time. Even with the RPG loot stuff they had going on, they just got a lot more
Game Pass
reliable.
I have to try that out.
Dead Island 2?
Yeah, I think so. I think my buddy Terry just got it.
I always enjoyed those little areas that you had to listen to the Sam B music while you were fighting zombies. Who do you
Any of
do,
'em?
bitch?
And it's always the same thing that I don't like about them. It's I always have this feeling that if I was the character, I would be doing way fucking better than this. Like especially with the melee weapons. For some reason, zombie games, they give you melee weapons that just don't like. Apparently, your character just fucking has zero muscles at all. Like these melee weapons are fucking useless in these zombie games. It makes no goddamn sense. And a lot of them, they come with ammo. How does a fucking melee weapon have ammo?
Are you talking like
it's
durability
probably-
or actually?
Yeah, like durability, like a fucking health bar. Like if I got a bat and I'm hitting zombies, like it's gonna take fucking 200 hits to break a goddamn bat. Dude, I could use a fucking Louisville Slugger against a crowd of people, and I'll use that bitch for years before I crack that motherfucker open. And zombies ain't even people. They're rotting people. They should be way easier to break.
Yeah, I mean theoretically. Charm City is making me want to go get Dead Island 2 now.
Crowbar is probably the worst offender.
It is
The
pretty
crowbar is the
cheap.
worst offender. As you
Dead
can break
Island-
that mess on something, and you're like, it's a crowbar.
Yeah, what
What
the
are you
fuck?
doing?
You can pry open
crowbar.
huge metal doors with crowbars, but you can break it on a dude's head? Like,
Crowbar,
Hey, man,
I can still swing that mess.
you know how many fucking places I've broken into with I mean, do you know how many locks I've broken with crowbar?
It's just getting worse.
Don't incriminate yourself live on stream, bro.
It's just getting worse.
What was that One Piece
I mean,
game you
what-
were talking about?
Piece game.
Hunter?
One
He's
Piece
talking about
mobile
a One
game.
Piece
Yeah,
game.
it's a mobile game, and the beta for it just came out. I think a couple of days ago.
I wish
But I-
One Piece was good.
Bro,
Is it
Listen to
One
me, bro.
Piece Ambition? No.
dude, I don't know the name of it. But to respond to what Brock said about, oh, I wish One Piece was good. Let me tell you something, Brock. So do I. Okay, so do I. Because I love that damn show, but it's so goddamn boring. I can't get nobody to watch it.
Yeah, this looks like it right here, to be honest.
I'm telling you, if it
Stop,
takes you
just got flashed
500
in the
episodes
back.
to get something good, it's not worth it, bro. Like,
Say that again, Ninja?
not worth it. If it takes you 500 episodes to get to the good stuff, it is not worth it.
Oh no, yeah,
Heck
no,
no.
I'm the biggest advocate on that philosophy. I fucking
I didn't hate the Arlong fight. Like,
the fight was awesome. But it was also long too.
yeah, there was a lot of good elements to it. It just wasn't like good holistically.
And that was the first like good, real big fight for the Straw Hat crew. Like that was the first Straw Hat pull-up.
Holistically, okay. Holistically.
Yeah, I think
What's
that's what it
holistic
was.
mean?
One Piece Ambition. It looks interesting. Look
I
bad.
thought holistic was like in World War II when the holistic when they, you know, what the Nazis were doing. A holistic.
No, that's holster.
Yes.
I can tell by Brock Strap's yes that we're both wrong.
Anyways, I think now is a good time to move on to Kenichi, the Mightiest Disciple. Down
All right, but before we go, does anybody know, like on Pokemon TCG, they got these holo cards. Does anybody know how much a holo card?
You cut out how much a holo card what?
Does anybody know how much a holo cost?
You should probably try selling it on like some eBay site or something.
Right over your head, dude. Right over your head.
No, I got it. I was just playing along with it. All right, anime segment now.
Your pirate character in my books, I'm giving him a scythe.
Okay.
And you're our navigator.
So he's Nami. Alright, we are back. So the anime we are reviewing for today is Kenichi, the Mightiest Disciple. Brockstrap, go ahead and give us a quick rundown of it while I go grab water.
One of my favorites, and it's a little bit of an older one, but still pretty good, and even standards, like today's standards. A boy who is named Weak Knees Kenichi because he just runs away from everything and is always scared all the time. Happens across this girl that just starts going to a school. The girl is the granddaughter of the headmaster of a dojo that he eventually follows her to get stronger because he's tired of just being weak and running away all the time. So he goes there, and the dojo has plenty of masters of, I think, 4 or 5 different martial arts styles, and he learns a little bit of martial arts from all of them, and becomes stronger, and then gets the attention of all of the martial art high school gangs, which is kind of weird, but still entertaining to watch. So he catches the interest of everybody, and then he just kind of has to fight his way through a bunch of other martial artists. Pretty interesting. Pretty basic character. It's got a lot of action, a lot of different training methods. It's always interesting to see when he's learning a new technique how the masters actually take him through the techniques. There's a little bit of, I would say, toilet humor in there for sure. But it's got all the good aspects, I think, of a 90s anime, and that the riff, like in the middle, going to the commercials and cutting away, that riff is just hard, man. I always look forward to the halfway point just to hear that guitar.
Oh, I wasn't even listening to the guitar. I was focusing on the picture.
Oh, I'm sure.
Which picture in particular?
They get better. Keep watching.
The sword girl?
I don't know, man. Get to episode like 13 or something.
I'm gonna need you to step away from the lotion. Okay.
There's a beach episode.
Oh fuck!
There's always a beach episode. Every anime.
Yeah, especially the anime back then.
Alright, did everyone give their first initial reactions?
No, only Brockstrap.
No, I don't think so.
I'll give mine. So Kenichi the Mightiest dude guy. He's he's a wimp. He's a pussy. But he meets this hot chick who, like Brock said, her granddad owns a dojo. But it's not like a fucking dojo where you like learn karate and shit. This is like top world class. Like this dude probably trained Baki Hanma. Honestly, like these are the elite of the elite. And so he gets motivated by this blonde chick with unnecessarily large titties for a high schooler, and he starts learning how to fight and shit. And one thing I like about Kenichi is, like a lot of animes where the protagonist is a pussy, they always want to like, oh, I don't want to fight, you know, because Kenichi is a lot like that, but he doesn't drag it on like a lot of these characters do in the anime. Like sometimes, and I don't fight. It's like, bro, I could have cooked ramen noodles and ate it this whole time you've been bitching. So Kenichi, you know, he's ready to go pretty quickly compared to other animes. But the big thing, guys, if you're thinking, well, maybe I'll watch it, maybe I won't, there's this fucking sword-wielding girl with a black ponytail who wears black thongs. And wow, does she look good. She's the only reason I keep watching this fucking show. All the other stuff is like, oh yeah, it's pretty cool, you know, it's whatever. I mean, it's on the TV, you know, I'll give it. And then the sword girl comes on, and it's like, woo! Dude, she could give a dude with erectile dysfunction a boner. I ain't playing with you. That fucking thing is phenomenal.
He does get better. He eventually, I mean, as the story would naturally progress, he becomes less of a wimp. So you definitely would, if that annoys anybody just based off of a character flaw, it does go away eventually.
I think that sword character, she's cool too, but the squiggly eyebrows is like, what the hell, bro? That's the only thing I don't like about her. All right, Seven
That's the
Ninja.
most.
Doesn't your
So, my
favorite One
opinion
Piece
on-
character have squiggly eyebrows?
I don't have a favorite One Piece character. Zoro?
I thought you said
Don't I have
Sanji
squiggly
was your
eyebrows?
favorite.
I don't know, like that. So my opinion on Kenichi, let me cut this off. All right, my opinion on Kenichi is this. So I have to take a different route than Cold Sauce. I don't think that he's necessarily a bitch. I think the world is constantly beating him down. Now he's the type of character who says, "I don't want to be weak. I'm going to try to do something," which is why he's in the karate club. The problem is that the karate club's not interested in him being better, and so you can tell by the fact of how he learns and how quickly that he learns that it's not that he's not receptive or not willing to learn. There's nothing about Kenichi, especially in the early stages, that says that he's not willing to fight, he's not willing to learn it or anything, or he's arrogant. Nothing says that. It simply shows me that he's living in a world that is constantly beating him down, and his will is literally the only thing that's keeping him becoming like Ippo or something worse. And so I thoroughly enjoyed seeing another invincible like character trying to become something more.
Yep, that is a very good way to describe it. I couldn't have said it better myself, unless I would have added the props that the sword girl deserves.
You know Sword Girl's name.
Mutant Hunter.
No, I don't know her
30
name.
Seconds.
Let me think, guy, real quick.
Server mute. My review of it was it was okay. Like there were some elements of it I liked. Some of it felt very filler-ish. I would say like after like the first couple episodes was like, oh, he meets a bully. How does he get over this bully? Joins a dojo, and he basically trains and beats this bully. And then now, oh, there's a bigger bully that he pissed off by beating this bully. Okay, how does he get over this? Okay, the dojo actually accepts him as a person worthy of their training. So it's like, oh shit. Like, there's an actual good story here. Okay, alright, let's see what it goes. But then after he beats the next bully on, it's just like, oh, they're just gonna keep sending him more and more stronger bullies now. Oh, now it's just a day in the life of this master. There's like 7 different masters in this dojo. And every like episode is like, okay, he's gonna spend the day with this master now. Now he's gonna spend the day with this master now. And that's when it was kinda like, okay, I'm getting a little tired and repetitive of like this type of show. And then, like, on top of that, like, one thing I don't like is too much fan service. It's very fan servicey. I'll give you that. I can see why people like that type of shit. Like me personally, I prefer a little bit more story, a little bit more action, a little bit less fan service. So that's my stuff with that. But there was one moment that I really did like about like that show where it was like very like this is like a world lesson type of thing where it was like Kenichi like had this thought of like, wow, like or like he was like saying, I've noticed something while training here pretty often. Like everybody here that's a master never takes a day off. They're always training. And like it kind of like puts you into perspective, like these guys are masters for a reason, you know. It's because they put real time, blood, effort, and sweat and tears into their craft, you know, into their whatever they're a master of, you know, like Apaka, I forgot his name. He's like
Apachai.
Apachai.
Yeah, Apachai. He's a Muay Thai master. He's a master in Muay Thai, and that's because he's always training in Muay Thai. And like each one of these guys are masters in different martial arts, like karate, jiu-jitsu, or whatever. Weapons wielding. You know, they're always training in this craft every single day, day in and day out. They're not and like that little like detail that Kenichi pointed out, I really like enjoyed it. You know, it like got me motivated to be like going to the gym more. Like, you know, I gotta look like a Dragon Ball expert. You know, I gotta have the muscles and everything. You know, if I want to be like that, you know, gotta be a master in Dragon Ball. And gotta look the part too. You know, so like that.
Where's your golden beard?
Golden beards. I gotta dye that shit. Oh yeah, I like stuff like that makes because like
We've never
like,
seen a Super Saiyan beard.
we got fan fiction Nappa.
Yep.
But yeah, that type of stuff is
Dragon
like
Ball
really
Heroes
good.
Nappa.
Cause like in like some animes they like they'll it's like a lot of fantasy, right? So if any type of speculation or details go into it, it's like fake world knowledge, you know, like logic or whatever, you know. Like this is like real world shit like that really you can apply to like real people and even yourself, you know. So I like that detail. But other than that, I did enjoy like learning about some martial arts here or there. Like some of it is like different than what I learned because I did take like some MMA training for like 3 years. Like the inward steps was a little different. But they do go into a lot of different martial arts. Maybe it's just different from what I know type of thing.
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think those inward steps are working for anybody in any martial art. That shit did. It would work.
Yeah, because it looks like you would be really off balance.
You'll lose your own balance long before you fucking get around somebody trying to use that fucking technique.
But very cool concepts, though. Very cool concepts. Let's see.
Yep.
I'm glad you brought up the fact that they never stopped training because it reminds me of something that the god of martial arts said. I don't know if y'all ever heard of this guy. His name's Bruce Lee. The quote is, "Running water never goes stale." So you got to just keep on flowing. And what it means that you keep training. You have to always be ready. Every day you have to move. You have to stretch. You have to practice every single day. Because exactly what he said, running water never goes stale. If you stop, your muscles are gonna get cold. They're not gonna be warm, and somebody's gonna fucking try you, and then you're gonna be like, and you're gonna
Is
go,
he breaking up for you guys like that?
and it's not gonna be the
Yeah.
same. I'm breaking up.
A little bit here
Yeah,
and
he's
there.
breaking up.
God damn it.
I got what you were saying. Bruce Lee was saying you gotta be like running water, never stop, always perfecting your craft.
Yeah.
So in kind of a more in-depth, because I've watched all, I think 51 or 52 episodes. I even actually have the box set. Kenichi eventually does. There's a lot less of the filler stuff, and it gets more streamlined, like just kind of really focused on just learning. Eventually, I think Squall, if you watch maybe like 4 more episodes, you'll start seeing that. Not to say that there won't be more filler-ish stuff, but he definitely loses the fear for the most part. He keeps getting stronger. He keeps learning more techniques, and it's always kind of interesting to see. You get more story on a lot of the masters and what they've been through. You get a little bit more gang. picks up and it start like, okay, now we're really focusing on taking down the Ragnarok gang, picking off members, picking off the generals or whatever, the fists, right, with the gloves. So it definitely turns into what you think it might be turning into if you keep going with it. So it does kind of start slow. There's a lot of gags. I do like the gags with the overprotective father when he brings out the shotgun, right? Sebastian. I always enjoy those. It's and even the family. It's interesting to see the right. It's even interesting to see the growth of the family too. Like Kenichi comes home and his dad's having a hard time with that jar of tomato sauce. And then Kenichi just walks over all tired and disheveled from getting his butt kicked at the dojo, and then just plops it off.
So I just got like my first taste of like Kenichi's family because they showed up at the dojo, and she's like one of my favorite characters in the show.
Yep.
The sister?
Mhm.
She's a feisty little thing.
Yeah.
And but what Brockshop was saying about the shotgun, dude, the fucking case that he keeps his shotgun.
Sebastian!
It's so I laugh every time I see it, dude.
It gets a little over the top for comedy. I think it's just a well-rounded show overall. If you watch it in its entirety, I can see the complaints that you were having, Squall, and yeah, it does get a little fan servicey here and there, but if you watch it just for the growth and progression of the main character, like he eventually does get to a point to where all the little minor annoyances that you might get with him seem to go away eventually, and it's cool to see the different martial arts styles, even of the people, of the students that he fights and the gang members that he fights, that are even different to the teachers, and then how he's able to learn, I'm going to take this technique that I just learned from my kung fu master, and this technique that I just learned from my karate master, and in this situation I could do either this one or this one and get out. So yeah, it's really interesting to keep watching and to see his growth and how far he gets. I like it a lot. I have a nostalgia from just watching it and knowing everything about it as I'm rewatching, where I'm sure like if somebody nowadays, like with all the anime that's out there right now, and being forced right to watch this one, I can see where people can come from. Like, well, compared to what I've seen before, maybe this one's not great. I know I definitely have the nostalgia tinted lens on when I'm watching it, but I like, honestly, if you do keep watching through, it eventually does get a lot better, and all the grievances I've been hearing just kind of start to fade away. So
No, I definitely hear
I think
you.
the one
got
thing
no
I would have liked
grievances. As long as they keep showing that sword girl, I will keep watching this fucking
Oh, Lord.
shit.
oh, don't worry, she
get
doesn't
away
go
from the lotion. Get away from the lotion, alright? I
Ninja,
think the
I
one
don't
thing I would
use
have loved
lotion.
for them to do is something worse. But the one thing I would like them to do though.
Sandpaper.
Oh no! Oh no! Echo! Echo!
I
thought it
need,
too much,
I
you
need
need
that image out of
sandpaper
my head. I need that image out of my head. Seven Ninja, go on. What were you gonna say?
What, you don't
Oh.
want to imagine me stroking my
Hey.
hard, long, thick,
Oh
veiny,
my God.
throbbing member
Server mute.
with a strip of sandpaper?
All right, go ahead, Ninja. Man,
The one thing I would like, so the bully thing, I feel like it would have only went so far. If I'm honest, I would have liked to have seen him go through, like how Baki goes to tournaments and stuff. Like, he beats a
Agreed.
couple of guys, he's got a reputation, but now it's like, okay, now he's got to deal with like tournaments, because that's where you're going to see like the higher quality people, and he could grow in reputation there a lot faster than finding some random gangs here and there. It's not really about him being strong in these gangs. It's about him getting more self-confidence, and those tournaments would have been where he could have really got it.
Yeah, I agree. I'd like to add on that. So when he beat that dude in the karate club, they when he used that first and that chick.
Mhm.
I mean, that was all cool thing, but then the fucking senior guy from the karate club wanting to go after him, there's like like Ninja said, it felt like too much, like too much too quick, because it's like, okay, in real life, whenever motherfuckers find out that you can fight, all of a sudden they fucking want to fight you too. That shit is so true. That's why prison, I only fought whenever like if somebody disrespected me, and when I did, I fucking nearly maxed out. But almost all was getting sent because I don't fucking feel like dealing with a motherfucker wanting to know if he can beat me. So like there is that, but I don't think it would have been like the fucking best dude in the class. Like this is two freshmen on their first day in the club fighting. Sure, one of them was a fucking star or whatever. Like everybody knew about him, but I don't think it would have just like the fucking best one would have been like, I have to test my mettle against this guy. And so yeah, I think if they would have went to like, if that dude would have been like, hey, you said you don't want to be in the karate club, but you got some moves. I'd like to see you in this tournament, and maybe me and you can find our way in the same match. That would have been a lot more realistic. And then from the tournament, those Ragnarok guys would have seen him and like, who the fuck is this dude? What, like, isn't he in our territory? Shit would have been a lot better, because it just seems like it's just main character focus. It's too much. Like, because he's the main character, it's like everybody's fucking got a target on him, and it's just not as realistic, which is disappointing, because a lot of the martial art, a lot of the things that they're doing in the dojo, a lot of things that they're teaching, certainly does feel like those old school martial arts movies from like the 90s and shit that I used to love, like Best of the Best and Kickboxer and all of that.
So I have a few things to kind of combat that a little bit. And it's not till much later you realize why there might be a little bit more focus on Kenichi. But even just at the aspect, all right, so the head of the dojo, the karate club guy, he's actually in Ragnarok, right? So keep that in mind. He's probably thinking about trying to recruit Daimonji, because Daimonji is this huge Hulk guy of a freshman who's supposed to be the best karate guy ever. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this guy that shouldn't be anything, right, turns into beating Daimonji on the second episode. So you're like, oh, wow, like, okay, well, as the lead of the karate club and this gang member, and Ragnarok's recruiting too, remember, the part of the boxing guy, the throwing guy, and the kicking guy, the whole reason that they're out there is trying to recruit for Kisara's group. So if you're low-level peon gang guy trying to recruit, and then all of a sudden your best pick gets beaten by this guy that should never have beaten him in the first place, that piques your interest a little bit. And the whole point is I'm recruiting, right? So like, all right, well, now I'm going to take interest in this guy that just beat the crap out of my number one pick. And then it goes from there. Mm-hmm. And then as the head of a gang organization, because you have the different fists that are all different parts of the main hub. But Kasala is number 8, so all of a sudden her guy is getting picked off, and she's like, this name Kenichi keeps coming up, right? So like, why is there thwarting of my plan? So the whole entire time, like, it makes sense from the top point, like, all right, well, I'm trying to recruit this guy. I'm losing people now, because he even converted the puncher guy, right? The puncher guy is like, oh, I'm gonna go hang out with Kenichi, because my whole problem that I had in the first place, that I joined the gang just out of convenience, like, I don't have to do that out of convenience anymore. So now not only are your guys getting beat, but they're actually leaving the gang now, which is kind of weird. So like, yeah, there's reason for people to start targeting Kenichi, because everybody, the word spreads, oh, this guy's taking out all of our top guys, right? That's crazy. Like, watch out for this guy. And Like you were saying,
Yeah.
if the name gets big enough, Hunter, like obviously people are gonna start coming for you. So
Yeah. I mean, I see that reason. And one of the things I loved is like it. Every time he faced somebody, he like just finished learning like a little more, and like just got to a point where he actually could beat that person.
Right.
So you have
right.
you have like the Game of Death Bruce Lee movie, right, where he's climbing the tower, but he's doing it at the pace of like while he's learning, versus like a lot of anime just like many more anime, if it would have went with this particular storyline, the dude would have already been more badass than most of the opponents before he even fought the first guy. But to go against what you were saying, Brockstrap, if I'm the dojo guy that the from the karate club, okay, I'm a low level gang, and I got this fucking big freshman guy who's already got a reputation. He's known for, he can fucking beat up almost anybody in the school, right, except maybe me and some of these other gang members, and then he doesn't fight. Fact of the matter is,
all right, back up. You cut out too much.
You cut out a little bit.
What'd you say?
Oh, okay. So the guy from the karate club, the low-level gang guy that's supposed to be recruiting, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's got the blonde dude, the first guy Kenichi beats in a fight. He's got him in his sights, and then Kenichi beats him. Well, this blonde dude already has a reputation. If there's 100 people in the school and this blonde guy can beat 98 of them, and then suddenly it's 97 because Kenichi beats him, this is still definitely somebody worth recruiting. I wouldn't have just gave up on that dude to go for, like, I'd have still went for Kenichi, but I'd have also been like, I wouldn't have just, no, fuck you, you stuck at fighting. No, I've seen you fight. I've watched you beat plenty of people. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm not so sure that he did give up on Daimonji.
But he
something
kicked him out
else
the
that did
club.
happen too, like Daimonji.
Yeah, he kicked him right the fuck
Well,
out.
what happened immediately after? What happened immediately after Kenichi beat him? I don't want to lose. I don't want to leave the karate club. I don't want. Like, this is all I have. This is my life. Don't kick me out, please.
Right.
Like, he was a big old crybaby immediately after so I mean, that right there would totally lose.
Oh, yeah,
respect
that
for the
definitely.
guy.
I wouldn't have put him in the gang after seeing
exactly.
that, for sure.
So, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you're right about that.
Not that takes away from your point, but I mean, just has it happened? That's the reason why, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
What
I
I didn't
definitely
get
agree with
was
that.
I didn't get like because like after he beat that first big ass karate guy in that little match, that chick starts sending more guys at Kenichi to recruit him, right?
Yeah.
It's all. I'm not sure if she was trying to recruit or just take out a problem, but
No, because she said a few times. She said a few times, like, guys, we need to get a new recruit. Like, why aren't you bringing Kenichi back? And like, but like, what I didn't really get was like all these bullies that she's sending his way. They're trying to kill him. Like, there was like a guy who
Every
like,
time,
came
for
up-
real.
There's like a guy who came with like a
That was
butterfly
really
knife and shit.
inconsistent.
So like, I didn't really understand were they really trying to recruit him or were they just trying to kill him and up their own reputation? You know?
Right.
Oh,
No, I
the
completely
people
agree.
going after
I
him
was
with the
confused
knife?
about that too.
were they street thugs or were they under Kasala? Because I mean, I know
They were under her. They were
under?
specifically by her. Their literal reason for being there was because she said go recruit Kenichi.
Well, he
and
wants-
they get
he wants
there
to make
and
a
they
name.
want to fucking kill him, right?
Right. Well,
So-
they want to make a name. Like, I'll show her that I'm better than Kenichi, so she wouldn't even want him in the first place.
But the thing
all
about
self-serving.
that is Kenichi, even as far as I mean, I'm on like episode 7, right? Even as far as that, every one of these gang members that he beats in a fight, she's still sitting there going, who is this Kenichi guy? He's still this very secret name. He's not like well known at all. So she's sending you to recruit him, like, and you go, and let's say they killed him. Let's say they did.
Well, that's because his name keeps. I mean, it's at the very
Right,
beginning of
but
the
let's
anime.
say- let's
His
say
name just
their
keeps
plan
coming up,
worked.
so that-
Let's say
Gets
their
her
plan worked.
curiosity.
They killed Kenichi. She would have fucked them up for that shit. She would have beat them probably to death if they would have killed Kenichi. Like, she's literally saying, go recruit this guy, bring him to me, and they're gonna go and kill him. Like that, if I told you to bring me a motherfucker and you killed him, I'm fucking killing you.
Right, but that's the risk that they're going to make. Like, I mean, that it's their dumb self, like, grandeur, like dreams of grandeur that they're trying to live out in hopes that she recognizes them over Kenichi. Like, if they beat Kenichi, then they would think maybe to her that he wasn't even worth it in the first place, and then they could just go on to the finding the next recruit. I understand what you're saying too. I'm not coming at it from her perspective. I'm coming at it from the guy's perspective. Like, oh well, she wants this guy so bad, but I'm better than him. Obviously, duh. I'm gonna take him out just to show. Right, like that. That's
the only
low
thing
order
about
thinking, but that's
the only reason. Like, to me, the only reason that doesn't, like, it can't apply to this situation is because they're all terrified of this girl. So, like, just being in the same room as her, they're nervous as a motherfucker. So to go out and directly defy her orders doesn't make any sense. Fucking right, dude. They're terrified of this chick. Every time I see them around her, they fucking...
What about the long brown hair guy? Oh, you might not have gotten that far yet.
I'm probably not. But it just, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're fucking shaking like a leaf, scared of your boss, and you know, you have a specific mission, you're gonna just do that, or like what she says. You know what I'm saying? Like, she definitely seems like the kind of motherfucker that if you didn't bring him back, she would kill you for it whenever she's talking to him. And they're going, like Squall said, they're just going and fucking trying to kill him. So,
watch more of the show and you can figure out how Sala actually works.
One funny thing
all you gotta do is keep watching.
One funny thing I do want to bring up, though, is like every time she sends waves of these dudes at Kenichi really only beats up like one guy, and like the chick actually beats up the rest of them.
Yeah, right.
And like, then like all the reputation goes to Kenichi as, he's the real strong one, but it's really her that's doing
except
most
Koga.
of it.
Oh, his cow girlfriend with the big, like, he always, Koga the kicker is always all about her, but yeah, the interest for whatever reason does lie with Kenichi.
Yeah, they didn't really believe him, or
and
something.
Nobody
They
ever
just dismissed it.
But yeah, and it's weird because like nobody, like, okay, she fucking kicks a bunch of dudes and knocks them out, right? And they go back and they're like, what happened? Fucking lost to Kenichi. The dudes that got knocked out by the girls, they never was like, actually, that fucking girl, let me tell you something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
if you're a prideful guy and you don't want to admit that you lost to a girl, then yeah, of course you're only gonna say, oh yeah, I lost to the only other person that was there that wasn't the girl. Right?
Well, I mean, they're working for a girl, but they're working for a girl, and not just that, but when Kenichi beats one guy, and when you're the last guy to get knocked out of the 5 people that got knocked out by this one fucking girl, pride goes out the fucking window. And there's no such thing as, oh, I lost to a girl. There's this fucking chick is something else, homie. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny too, because one of those matches, or one of those times, they got jumped. I think Kenichi's still fighting like the main guy, and then like he's like turned to his guys like, hey guys, come help. And then they're already all knocked down by like the chick, and she's like, oh, sorry, Kenichi, I meant to save more of them for you.
She went full Rock Lee on them. She hit them with the leaf hurricane. They're all sleeping.
See, that's the thing about the show, though, right? Is we're focusing solely on Kenichi, like he's the only aspect of the show, and ragging on him a little bit, which, you know, okay, fair, but like the show's about all the characters together, and that's kind of what I like about this. Is I get to learn more about Miyu, I get to learn more about Kenichi, I get to learn about the Grandmaster, all the other masters. Some of the growth that even happens within the gang members once Kenichi goes and beats them. So I don't know. I just have a special place in my heart, I guess. I'm not trying to dispute what you guys say, because obviously every show is gonna have its flaws. But yeah, definitely watching and the progression, and it's not, out of all the old animes that I've ever watched, this one's definitely, I don't know why, it just holds a special place in my heart.
So Boxtrap, like I said, I'm only on like episode 7 maybe, but Oh, give me this spoiler. I've been noticing the sword girl. She's really reserved, but I also notice her with the Muay Thai guy every now and then. Is that like, do they have a thing?
I think they're just friends. I think she's more interested in weapons and might be mildly autistic, and I think Apachai is obsessed only with things that also autistic kids. I think they're just like two autistic friends together.
I got you. So what you're saying is I gotta beat up Apachai to get to her.
Good luck.
Good luck. His backstory. His backstory is worse.
I think
than yours.
she's more of the motherly nurture type when it comes to.
I fucking highly doubt it. I don't care what Apachai went through. My backstory.
When I say autistic, I mean in the best way, like almost savant-like, because there is an episode to where she actually has to act like Miyu's mother for whatever reason, and she nailed all the details: her birth, her weight, her like blood type, her grades, all the way from like grades 2 to 9.
She gives more of like a spy kind of character.
When she puts the
like
effort in,
arts.
she's definitely a smart lady. But yeah, no, there's as far as emotional ties go to other characters, I think she and Apachai only are friends ever. I know the manga actually does go further than the show, and I've never actually continued on with the manga. I might have to, but yeah, as far as the TV show itself goes, as it ended, like honestly, there's not even any progression with Kenichi and Miyu. So, as far as relationships in this movie or the TV series goes, that they're not on like a.
So she's single. So if I go and beat Zoro from One Piece fight and bring her Enma, his prized sword,
let's go ahead and make her into an AI girlfriend already.
I probably can. I think.
So
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. AI girlfriends are so much better than real girlfriends.
That's raised.
They give less attitude. But one thing I really did like about Kenichi, like they really do show like the fruits of the labor from like Kenichi, like when the second bully beats him up, he didn't hold a candle to him. And then goes to the dojo, gives his little, like, I need more strength speech, and then they accept him as a disciple, start teaching him some techniques. Then they put him through some actual training to help him out with these techniques. So when he had his rematch with the second bully, like, it really did showcase, like, how he put all of his training, like, you know, like how he was trying to flip the statue, the heavy-ass statue. And then there was, like, even other techniques that I can't remember off the top of my head. But like, and then the karate dojo master, how he taught him, like, basically, like when he went into the fight, he was like, oh shit, I'm scared, and then like this guy was like, you don't need to clench a fist like starting out, you know, but what you do need to do is land the first hit, and then that's gonna get rid of all your scaredness in this fight. And like, it was kind of cool the way he landed the first hit. Was like he taught him this little fake out move, which I really love doing. Like I actually did that when sparring in mixed martial arts. But he did it a little differently. He was like, go for the face, but you're actually going for a body punch. And like since he was doing all this training, like now his punches can actually do some damage now. When like in the first bully fight, he would like dodge, punch, but he couldn't do any damage. But now he's like doing all this training and techniques and stuff. Now he can like punch, and it can actually do damage to stronger people, you know. So that was
somebody
really cool
say technique.
Oh no, that was probably the realest fucking piece of advice I've seen in the show is land the first fucking punch. Because like when you're low level, like when you're just coming off the streets, getting into the gym, and like any street fight, fucking when two dumbasses don't know what they doing, it really is about just who's the more aggressive one, who's gonna just want to punch the other guy more, because that's I mean, it's just proven time and time again. You'd have to be a big lug-headed motherfucker against some average Joe dude to just like not be aggressive and still win the fucking fight when neither one of y'all know it. That was the most show right there.
Yeah, because I remember I actually came up with the fake out idea on my own. It was like in sparring. I just made it to intermediate in like the belt colors, because there's like white is beginner and yellow is just right above white, and they're both in beginner. Intermediate is like orange through, I want to say like red, purple, one of those. And then like I was like
directly below black.
I think brown. There's like brown is
well
advanced.
in Taekwondo anyway.
Brown and red was advanced in mine. I think red might be still part of intermediate, but right after red is brown, then black. So I was like in intermediate, and like I was going up against a brown belt, and I was like either orange or the next one above orange, which is green. And like I remember I stuck up my leg, right, and like I was about to like look like I was about to throw a kick, but I really just jumped and like stuck out my leg like I was going for a kick, but I landed the foot that it was looking like I was going for a kick, and threw out a punch, and he was blocking the kick, and like my fist was right in his face. Like we're not supposed to actually hit. Huh?
You mean a Superman punch?
No, not a Superman punch. Like I just jumped and threw a punch. Like lunged
it was your
forward,
back
threw out a
leg.
punch.
It was your back leg that you faked with.
No, it was my front leg. Leg out.
Never mind.
And I like jumped off my back leg, like, and I stuck out my front leg like I was about to punch, but I was really landing with it. Or I was.
So you were faking a push kick and then went with what, an overhand?
No, not an overhand, just straight. Like I guess I was southpaw, so it was a jab from there.
I got you.
You should like do it on stream so everyone can see it.
Yeah. I mean, like if like people like it was like my plan was with there was like if people don't like start seeing like it's a fake out, just go like with some standing kicks, and then like eventually like do a little jump like jab type thing. So I did like that part. It really reminded me of like back in my MMA days. The fake overhand left with the body punch. That was pretty cool.
Why'd you stop?
I moved.
Oh, I got you.
Speaking of moving, you're gonna be moving again soon, aren't you?
Maybe. We're in the market of looking at condos and shit.
I thought you closed a deal on one.
Nah, we offered, but they accepted from someone else.
Gotcha. That fucking sucks.
Yeah, we're checking another spot.
Well, you just fucking move to Louisiana, bro.
Nah, I'm good.
You'll be fine.
Let's all move to Texas and buy a tiger.
Nah, I'm good, bro. It's all fun and games till a tiger decides it wants to be a tiger.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Hey, you got anything else you wanted to bring up? Anything cool that you saw?
I'll hit that crouching tiger with my hidden dragon, motherfucker.
I don't know. I enjoyed the anime for what it was. I didn't finish the whole thing. What I mean by that is I didn't rewatch it. I do remember seeing that guy that like Kenichi throws a punch at him. I think he's silver haired. He throws a punch at him and he like turns at the right moment, so like his body doesn't take the hit, but it looks like he did. So I remember that being a key iconic moment to me, but nothing really sticks out to me besides that moment. That's a good show. I guess if I were to rate it out of 10, with its back in its time at the time rating, I would give it a 8. I think it is. It's more entertaining than Ippo, but I think Ippo is a lot more mechanically detailed. But I'd give it an 8.
Yeah, I'd probably. If I was to like, I think I'm looking too much at Kenichi with like a like a current anime standards like goggles, I guess. Like if I was like, cause like I was looking at it and like I'm like more like it's more like a 6, but if 6 out of 10. But if like for like if I was to watch it back then, like probably I'd give it a solid 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. Cause like if you just compare it to like the shit we saw on Toonami, right? Like Yasha, Cowboy Bebop. Kenichi's a fucking good one. I mean, I'll give it a actually I'll give it an 8.5. But you know, compared to some of these better shows that are coming out lately, like Dan to Dan and I really can only drop it 1 point. I mean, Kenichi does a really good show at balancing everything we love about anime. Like Brockstrap said, it's very well rounded. The action in the story, the comedy, the progression of the story. Like Squall said, a couple of the episodes more or less felt like filler, and that was about where I really slowed down because I've been at least first 4 of it. I watched it back to back. I was fucking chill. And it kind of slowed up a little. But yeah, I'll give it anywhere from 7.5 to 8.5. Even up to standard.
We've talked a lot tonight about just mostly the martial arts and the characters curtailing to that. We haven't even really talked about Nejima. Do you guys know who I'm talking about? The friend with the green hair that's always kind of mischievous and
the elf looking.
He always adds an extra little element to the show, I think, too, and he does become a little bit more important than just being the friend or the anti, not really friend. But yeah, I always enjoy his little
pointy-eared guy.
Yeah, the pointy-eared guy with the shit
Dude,
green haircut.
That fucking dude. That dude is gonna grow up to be a journalist. He's gonna be the best fucking journalist in the world.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
But that dude's a real hustler. If he was a One Piece character, he'd be Big News Morgan for sure. He's the guy in charge of the newspapers because that motherfucker really is all over every fucking thing.
So yeah, obviously, you're not going to get any kind of animation, I think, and this is because, and it's just the style that it is. You're not going to get the fast-paced like Super Cube movement, right? You're not going to get the Dan like this guy just like flies across your screen. You're not going to get any flashy thing. You're not going to. It's all going to be like, all right, I'm in this situation. What do I do now? I remember Master taught me. This like the style I think of the anime is just a little bit different compared to what we are used to nowadays with just like the boom flash, like it's crazy, I can't believe the twist. What a twist, right? We're not in some kind of M. Night Shyamalan thing here with animation. But yeah, definitely like you guys were saying, compared to what else was out there in the day, it definitely was one of the cooler ones, I thought. I watched Inuyasha again. I like, and I know Inuyasha's a bit longer, but going back and rewatching literally anything from that era, right, of anime, this one definitely always kind of excites me a little bit more than the others do. So, I know it again.
Brought up today is Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal was good too. I always enjoy going back and watching Full Metal. But yeah, I would probably, and this is just, and again, I know this is all opinion, and what I like and what you guys like might be different. So I'm not taking anything away from you guys. I think it's a 9. I like it. I think it's a 9. Even without going further into the story, it does conclude pretty well. He sets out there's a start, and then there's a goal, and then he eventually gets to the goal. It's not like he takes all these little wavy, windy roads to get to where he wants to eventually be. So the mission does get accomplished. Does learn a lot of stuff along the way. Fights again get better. You eventually there's a coalition that Nejima, speaking of Nejima, the pointy ear guy, there's a coalition that he actually begins with trying to get Kenichi onto his side of things, and then that coalition actually brings a few of the fighters from Ragnarok over to their coalition. If you keep watching, and it's actually cool to see gang members on Kenichi's side fighting against still gang members too. So it's interesting that there's more fights than just what the main character has gotten himself into. So definitely, yeah, I'd like it. I think it's a 9. That's my personal opinion. I never hate going back and rewatching it, right? So
I love one more thing I want to say. I love it's like a perfect blend of, they take the realism of like, and they add the mixed martial arts and technique aspect from like Baki, right? Like Baki gets a third at the top, but with Kenichi, it takes all of those. There's 100 different fucking styles of martial arts, and there's techniques from every one of them that are gonna work, and it puts it in a stick setting. It keeps everybody human, right? And that was definitely something that it was very refreshing, because there's almost no such an anime without, so especially an action anime. The people that they can't write without fucking putting some, even like Vinland supposed to, and then you got Thorkel throwing fucking trees at so so yeah, I definitely loved the fact that they were able to accurately portray how useful learning techniques from mixed martial arts can be in situations, like, because it'll like, when you really learn some of this shit, it'll kind of make you feel superior to other humans. It'll make you feel like a superhero, because you can do shit that other mother can't keep up with, so
right.
I did love that about it.
Well, Brock, you said it's a little different from most of the other animes. I feel like it like, yes and no to a degree, because like a lot of animes are like sci-fi almost, like you said, the colorful flashing beams, but there's also a lot of animes that were kind of like that on the more realistic side. Like it really did remind me of Ippo. I would say Ippo is definitely like up there in the perviness, just they had no girl characters to be pervy with. Whenever there was finally a girl character, like the guys are always like gawking all over the girls, like, oh, and stuff, but so it did give me a lot of Ippo vibes.
And that's part of the anime, and take it or leave it. I try to just block it out for the most part, and I really watch it mainly just for the progression of the story, and I always enjoy seeing Kenichi's fights. So like you said, there is fan service and a little bit of perviness, but it's not like that's. It's always kind of like a little gag thing they do that to blow off some steam here and there, versus actually making it like a point or part of the anime. But yeah, there are things that it could have been done better. There are. Again, it's not without its flaws. So just it being flawed and all, I'd still enjoy it, and I'd just give it. Like, again, I know ratings are all just personal preference anyway, right? We're critiquing based to our own likes and what we think an anime should be. So, but yeah, mine's still just a 9.
Yeah, all in all, Full Metal.
I did not hear that.
What's that?
This is the Hunter breaking up episode, guys. Check it out.
All in all, it's better than Full Metal.
Full Metal Alchemist.
All better.
It's blasphemy. It's blasphemy because he keeps breaking up right there.
It's better than Full Metal Alchemist. It's better than Attack on Titan.
Mm.
I comparing it to Attack on Titan is difficult.
Not for me. It's way better.
Cold Sauce is a hater. I mean, everyone knew that.
I liked Attack on Titan before the ending. Like, it got wild and crazy and so far away from what I thought initially it was supposed to be that, like, I'm like, oh, this is crazy. Take me back to the simpler days. Got the bus, man.
Well, this is pretty much the end of the podcast here, guys. Real quick, would you guys recommend it? I know Brockstrap's answer, but we can start with you, Brock.
Oh yeah, if you're looking for something that's just kind of slow pace and easy to watch and don't have a whole lot of expectations, I would say it's a time waster, but it's definitely a fun time waster. So just make sure you probably don't have your 5 and 7-year-old in there in the room watching with you. It's not always I guess pervy to use that term. It's not always that way, but it can get that way. So just to keep your kids away from it. If you're Hunter's age and you're alone and you're not with a kids yet, and
the fact that I was alone.
not alone, but like if you're a single dude who's got got to wet his whistle a little bit, like, I mean, you can get into that kind of stuff too, I guess, and watch the stuff for that. But yeah, it's really not centered around the perviness. So I definitely recommend it. I think again, just kind of a casual watch. Don't expect much, but enjoy what you get.
Okay. 7 Ninja.
I would recommend this as I do feel that somewhat it is a safe enough anime. Some animes are just overabundant with perviness. This feels like I could watch this in a room with someone and they just be like, okay, she's just jumping. Or she's just dashing in a certain direction. I don't have to worry about her just like oh, she fell over the guy somehow and now this guy is over her with his hands on her boobs somehow. Okay. Like
There are a lot worse out there.
Yeah.
Fire Force.
So
Fire Force is fuck.
Bro. It's just her, bro. It's not what else. It's just her.
Yep.
All right. Hunter, would you recommend this anime?
I do. Kenichi the Mightiest. Fucking. What was the things Jesus had? Disciples. Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple. I recommend it. In fact, I'll recommend it as a first anime. If you have somebody that hasn't watched anime, it's like, can you give me an anime that will kind of let me know what to expect from anime? I'll recommend this one.
Yeah, I would recommend it too. It's a nice little time waster. Like, in my opinion, there's definitely better animes out there, but if you run out of like all the main ones that everyone is always praising about, like, why not try this one out? You might like it. All right, well, that's it. We'll do outros. Alright, let's see. Outro question. Who's got a good outro question? Ippo or Kenichi? Who you picking in a fight?
In a fight?
Yeah. Alright, Hunter, outro. Since you gave your opinion last, you start first.
In a fight, Ippo would absolutely fucking murder Kenichi.
Alright, peak Ippo versus peak Kenichi.
I don't know what peak
You
Kenichi
guys
looks
don't know
like.
peak Kenichi, and I don't know what peak Ippo looks like either, so I can't make that comparison.
Alright, so, but then give your
Okay,
outros.
I'll start this.
Let them know where to find you. Hunter?
Talk about you, Cold Sauce.
What?
outros though. Like, let them know where to find you if you reactivated your account or
Oh, fucking. You can find me on here on this fucking podcast. This is where you can find me. Also, if you're interested in checking out my book and giving it a little taste test, it is now being turned into an audio book on a friend of ours Rumble account, and Squall is gonna put the link down in the comments or wherever he puts links at. I'm about to
It'll
send
be
it
in
to
the
him.
description.
I'm about to send it to him right now.
whose Rumble account?
Kenichi?
Oh, Kenichi? He's posting it?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's already done the prologue and the first chapter.
Oh shit. That's crazy. That's good news.
Yeah.
Alright.
So,
Alright.
yeah, that's about everything I got.
Alright.
Okay.
7 Ninja.
All right, I am 7 into 7. You can find me at Game Jolt, MeWe, and Rumble, which will lead you right back to my Rumble channel. If it leads you anywhere else, it's not me. Regardless, the announcements that I have, again, my boy Squall Rush got featured again. Great, good job, my boy. I just played the cookout with Chili XD. You know, it was pretty fun. I liked it. Wish Squall was there. He could have seen the nonsense that was happening. And yeah, that's about it. Oh, and also we're going to be watching for the next Nerding Out Studio Ponok movie. I will most likely post it in the comment section, or it'll be said by Squall one of these days. Regardless, that should be the next one we're watching. But who do I think will win in a fight between Kenichi and Ippo? If we were to take both sides of both people to their logical conclusion, it's going to have to be Kenichi. At the end of the day, Ippo is strictly a boxer. Now, that is not to say that it won't be a hard battle. I said it before when I said I would choose Apachai as a teacher, because it's when it comes to boxing is pretty practical. But the thing about MMA is that you have a lot more options to fight with. And Kenichi is an MMA fighter first and foremost, while Ippo is strictly boxing. Now, again, could Ippo take the fight? It's not impossible, but he's limited. And that's going to play a big factor in that fight.
Alright.
Rockstrap55, go find me on YouTube and Rumble. I do a lot of Pokemon content. I upload. My internet is powered by Potato, and I'm located somewhere out in the middle of Acornfield in Iowa. So streaming is pretty much unattainable at the moment. Fiber might show its way up through my town at some point. I'll give it a go then when that happens. But for now, I just never seem to have any luck with it. So upload overnight, and usually if I do upload it overnight, it's usually there the next morning right away when most people wake up. So go check me out there. And then check me out also on Squall's channel on some Thursdays here coming out before too long. We'll start back up on our Soul Link Challenge potentially. And each Thursday we'll try our luck at beating... I heard a beep, sorry. Try our luck at beating the next game. So, yeah. And then I think... I don't know much about Ippo, but there is a technique eventually at the end of Kenichi Mightiest Disciple. He learns that takes him up to the pro, kind of not really master, but almost master level. So yeah, I don't know what Ippo is like necessarily, but Kenichi does learn a technique that makes it very hard to take him out. So keep watching.
Alright. And I am Squarush, gamer, podcast, anime enjoyer. I got Pokemon TCG Pocket video coming out on YouTube and Rumble. Probably gonna drop it tomorrow morning, so be on the lookout for that. It's gonna be a good low-key deck. That would most likely get you some wins that no one's really using that I've seen. So other than that, no other new announcements. Besides that, I got the link tree. Hit my link tree if you want to follow my other platforms. Hit my buy me a coffee account just in case there's no donate button from wherever you watch from. let's see. Other than that, tomorrow is my Brawlhalla Monday stream. So for anyone who's into that type of gaming, come join me. We do host like custom lobbies for all of us to play like a solid 4-on-4 if we get enough people. Other than that, next podcast is next Sunday. It's going to be the Dragon Ball Debates podcast. And who would I pick between a fight between these two? Since Ippo is only learning in boxing, what's his name? Kenichi already did take out a boxer. So I'd have to go with Kenichi, especially since he's still learning and he's learning from multiple different type of fighting styles. I would say like he'd know like a lot of good techniques to take down like a boxer who's like I know there's the saying, master of all is a master of none. But I think like learning a lot of different type of varieties would probably help out against a boxer. Like takedowns, leg kicks, all that good stuff.
Baki's a good example too. We see it in Baki as well, that he like, because I think it's like what is his name? Junior
Ali.
fights
Muhammad Ali Jr.
Junior Ali. Yeah, like his fight with Baki destroys him. So it's just like, and yeah, I know what Baki is, but Baki is kind of like an extreme version of what Kenichi would be. So like, it's inevitably, if Ippo and Kenichi were to fight, that's how it's going. Because I just remembered the name of the anime. It's called Mary and the Witch's Flower. We're going to be checking that out on the next Nerding Out, so be prepared to talk about another studio that came from Studio Ghibli. We're going to try to give it its fair shake, but also we're going to treat it as if it was a Studio Ghibli movie and see how good it actually is. I have faith in them.
Alrighty.
Oh, and Raid Shadow Legends!
Oh yeah.
Right, go.
Yeah, we'll hit a raid on the.
I just got Alice from the
YouTube
Wonderland
side.
on the Raid Shadow Legends not too long ago.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Let's see.
I'm like, sure, why not? I'll try it out. And I played it, and I got her, and then I haven't played it since.
We'll raid somebody new. But yeah, alright, we're getting out of here, peeps. Thank you guys for joining. We'll catch you guys later. And Rumble peeps, we'll start up a raid in a sec. Alright, catch you guys. Love y'all. Thank y'all for viewing. Peace.